Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 56th edition of the BS Back in the Shed podcast. Once again, I'm joined by Infu.
Hello there.
And unfortunately, what did we say, 10 people we tried to get?
10, yes, 10.
And it didn't work out. So, it ain't a lack of trying, I promise. We tried. We tried hard. But... And pretty much what happened was, when you have like 3 people that haven't responded to your DM... You don't want to keep asking more people in case like 3 of them suddenly within like an hour say yes. So it became an awkward thing where it's like, okay, we've already had like 3 people not responded at this point. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And apparently it just didn't work out. But, yep, we are here. We are here with the podcast. And I am excited for 56 episodes. That is over a year's worth of episodes. I started it in October of last year. We've been going for a good year and a few months now. I dig it.
Yeah, it's been a while, even though I've not been here the whole time. I've been here for, at least around 10 now, isn't it? Something like that?
What was your first episode? That's a good question.
As a guest or a co-host?
As a guest. What was your first appearance?
I think we were still in the 40s when I come on as a guest.
Most likely.
I think it was around 45 to 48, somewhere around that number.
I'm looking currently. I want to know. We have to know. We have to know. Let's see. Your first episode. I'm seeing 37. 37, let's see, 35. You've been on board as a guest, 35, 37, and then somewhere after that you became a co-host.
So the 30s.
Yeah, in the 30s.
Wow.
Now, today's sponsor is Edge Chromium, who I was gonna praise. I was gonna praise them for once, but I can't praise them anymore. I don't think.
Oh my.
Because the memory is better. The memory is absolutely better. But I feel like the CPU on Edge is too much. And that's causing the FPS to drop when I have Streamlabs open. So, while
I could see that.
So while the memory is legitimately better, the CPU, while it's not bad all the time, it has its moments where the FPS drops, and I don't notice that with Firefox. I think I noticed it with Firefox as well. I don't know. I'll have to test it more. But I noticed it a lot more with Edge. So I do like the Edge Chromium. I really do. It's a nice browser. The memory on it is absolutely... It uses less resources in memory, and that's pretty big to me. Unfortunately, it isn't everything, because the CPU is worse. But... What do you mean don't forget to change the title? And so I did.
Oh, what? For me, it still says setting up the podcast.
Refresh your page.
Okay, let me refresh.
Refresh your page.
I am right now. Oh, okay. I see. It's my bad, dude.
Fair. That's fair. That's very fair. So. That's fair. Alright, so. I've lost complete track after that.
Topic.
I've been derailed.
You've been derailed. What? All right, so let's just jump right into a topic then. Go ahead and throw one at us and let's get into it.
All right. This time, I'm just going to pick one at random. I'm not even going to look at what topic it is. I'm going to hope I don't press the X button. If not, I can just reopen close tab. But I'm not even going to look at the topic. I'm just going to press one. All right. So, Netflix now has the option to turn off autoplay previews. Because how Netflix currently works is you'd watch something and at the end of it, you get a preview automatically of something else. And everyone found that really annoying. Well, now you have the option to turn it off. It's a miracle.
That's interesting. I don't have Netflix, so I didn't know that. But it definitely sounds like it could be very annoying. Could you at least like, there was absolutely no way to skip it at all?
Well, I don't know. I don't use Netflix a lot either, but the main problem people had was just the fact that it autoplay a preview after you were watching something. That bothered people. So now it's fixed. Luckily, it's fixed.
Was it a preview to other stuff in Netflix, or was it shows
Yes.
coming to Netflix, or?
It was a preview for something else on Netflix. And
Okay.
sometimes it'd be, I know I've seen this complaint a lot, that it'd be like, okay, let's say you're watching Supernatural Season 2, episode whatever. It'd show you a preview for a later season of the show. And you can see a
Okay.
problem there.
Yeah, I could definitely see problems with that.
Mm-hmm.
That would I can understand why that would make people very the big not happy.
Mm-hmm. Very not happy. 0 out of 10. Do not approve. So, I think we can agree that that was a good change.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if it'll be enough of a change to keep people around though, and like because people are all the time swapping subscriptions around and stuff like that. Do you think that it would be enough of a change to bring people in and make people keep their subscription, or do you think it was really just a fan service thing and it wasn't really anything to try and pull people in?
That kind of small change is not something that's going to make or break people. I mean, it could break people, but it's not going to suddenly fix people leaving. I feel like people aren't going to leave just because of an autoplay preview. It'll annoy them, absolutely, justifiably. But I don't think that's going to be the one thing that causes them to leave.
It's true, but if you got annoyed enough at something, wouldn't you eventually quit using it because of the annoyances?
This is true. But, I mean, they did fix it. So, I mean,
They
Netflix has been
did.
around for years, though, to be fair.
It has been. It has been. 2008 maybe.
Yeah, about that time. About that time, indeed. It's been 12 years almost. That's pretty crazy, though. Honestly. Well. That was a very eventful topic. I'm glad.
It was. It was.
A plus.
I wish that Netflix wasn't so expensive. Like, if it was around the same price as Hulu and others, well, I'm not sure about Hulu, but like Disney Plus is really cheap. I respect Disney Plus for that, but to me, Netflix is just so expensive. If it was cheaper, I'd get it. I would definitely consider getting it if it was just a bit cheaper.
Yeah. I've also determined I have to switch away from Edge Chromium after the stream. Because the FPS drop that happens when I change tabs, it happens every time now. It's crazy. So, yeah, I definitely have to change. I uninstalled everything else. I don't know if I'm going to switch back to Firefox or go to Chrome. We'll see. That's definitely a thing that has to change. This is kind of ridiculous. So, a retired Miami-Dade history teacher has been arrested on allegations that he repeatedly had sex with a 17-year-old student in his classroom. He's now 70. He's been jailed on allegations of sexual battery with a child under custodial authority. The investigation was spearheaded by the local police and the state attorney. He was arrested in his home. Remains in jail. Let's see. He first met the student in 2012 when the girl was in his 9th grade world history class.
Wow.
As she mourned a death in the family, so she had a death in the family, this guy began wooing her, touching her inappropriately. In a quote from an arrest warrant by a school's detective, these touches began as rubbing her arms while in class, then rubbing her back, and continued to kiss her on the head, cheek, and partial lips. In the girl's 10th grade year, the teacher, began making rude and disrespectful comments about the girl's weight. She eventually developed an eating disorder, the warrant said, in order to look good for this teacher. By 11th grade, police said the conversations turned explicitly sexual. Privet began talking to her about his sexual desires and fetishes. By her senior year in 2016, Privet took the girl's virginity in his classroom. And yeah, the girl came forward to police in December to help build evidence against him.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That is okay.
That is that's some shit.
Yeah, that's honestly terrible because I get that not every teacher's like. How are you going to be that old and develop feelings for like a 17-year-old that you're supposed to be in charge of? You're supposed to be like helping guide them into the future. Well, yeah, he looks like someone that would. Wow. All right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That is him. Yes. Anyway. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. He doesn't even look like he belongs in the school system anyway. But never judge a book by its cover, I suppose. Not always, anywho. But teachers are supposed to be in charge of taking these students and leading them into the future, teaching them, protecting them, keeping them safe, and all this other stuff. And this guy just, that whole barrier is just, that's disgusting, man. It's so wrong, like in every shape possible. I feel like off with his head should be the appropriate response.
Off with his head.
Yes.
Off with his head.
And I don't know. I've contemplated being a teacher myself. See you, Shane. Have a good night, man. Or a day, wherever you're at.
Yesterday.
But yeah, definitely. I've considered being a teacher. I've considered being a history teacher. I love history. It's one of my favorite subjects. And I could probably mess with science. I like science a lot too. And I've considered it, but it's like, then you got people like him, and it's just, man, he spent so much time going through school, going through college. Does it say? I wonder how long he's been in the school system. It's no telling how long that he's actually been.
He's 70 years old.
He is. So I mean, he could have been in the school system for an easy 40, 50 years, teaching and everything else. And it makes you wonder just how long he's been plotting something like this and just waiting to take advantage of one of these students. Like, has he always had these thoughts, and has he always had like this perverted delusion side to him in the back, like just in the back of his head towards his students? Is this something that he's just always had going on there? And it makes you wonder if like there's been other students that he's done this to that they didn't come forward, like stuff like that. Just, it really makes your skin crawl.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. There are many crimes I will joke about, like the weed with the judge. That's hilarious.
That was great.
That was hilarious. But something like this, off with his head.
Yeah. Appropriate response. Sword, head, gone. Roll it on the floor. Yeah. No, he's gone.
I absolutely agree, man. It's can't deal with none of that. Not at all.
No, it's honestly terrible. I wonder how long. Did it say how long he'll serve in jail? I imagine he's getting jail.
It hasn't been decided yet. He is in jail though.
Okay, good.
They're still working on the case though. But yeah,
that's understandable, I suppose.
So, Steam's dying, as we all know, because the Epic Game Store clearly is just such a great game launcher, and all these other competitors, it's just killing Steam. Don't you know this?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, I'll have you know that Steam has surpassed the record for maximum concurrent users online. The previous record was 18,537,490. The new record, 18,588,775.
Oh,
Oof.
that's
And that was a record
hmm.
from 2 years ago that got broke.
That's I mean that's pretty that's honestly pretty awesome to see them break a record like that. At the same time though, I feel like it wasn't that probably hard to do because every day more and more people
More and more people.
I was trying to gather words. I was trying to gather thoughts. More and more people are getting into the whole PC gaming scene, but I was also trying to calculate for all the people that leave, that stop gaming as well and swap over. Um, I don't know. I guess the numbers are a bit skewed every day. It's really hard to tell because like that number could have been broken by a surge of people buying PC parts for whatever reason. Finally getting computers built that they've been building on for a long time, and people swapping over and um, there's a myriad of reasons. A new game could have come out that brought people back to come and play, and it caused a spike. Does it say like? I guess it doesn't really say what games was played, huh? It just says it broke the
Nah.
record, right?
Yeah, I just said it broke the record.
All right.
That is all it
Well,
says.
all right. Well, I could think of a multitude of reasons why, but it also makes me wonder how many of them actually stuck around to keep playing afterwards. Because clearly the record was broke, but it didn't hold. They didn't continue. It didn't continuously see that number every day. So,
Yeah, of course.
uh,
I wonder what I do wonder what caused the spike though, because it said that the record was like 2 years. So what caused the spike?
yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, that's what I was saying. Like, did the game come out or
What's come out
um?
recently? It's Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That's what did it. It's not Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. That would have happened weeks ago then. But
Yeah,
that's my new theory, and you can't prove me wrong.
I can respect that.
Exactly. You can't prove it wrong. Huh. So, I wonder what the maximum number would be for all the other, like Epic. How many people are online at most with Epic?
I wonder if that number is going to count for the like epic games that are being played on console as well, like Fortnite and stuff like that, like or if it's exclusive to the launcher. I wonder how they'll
Don't know.
because with Steam users online, it counts the games being played, but the Epic or whatever has games across all platforms or whatever that it could count.
This is
I
true.
imagine it would just be PC titles, but I'm not sure.
This is very true. I can definitely see it going one of two ways. I'm also converting everything from Edge to Firefox, because I have Firefox on my computer, and I'm hoping that fixes the frame issue when I open a tab. So, yep, that's the thing. I'm sure right now it's pretty trash, because I'm switching it over and I have two browsers open. I'm sure it's pretty trash right now, but I'm working on it. I'm about done.
It'll be all right.
It'll be alright. It ain't taking below 30, and the webcam can only go to 30 anyway, so you'd assume it'd be fine. I don't know if that's how it actually works, but
General assumption. I don't know either. I don't have a clue how that stuff works.
no idea. I have no honest idea how that works. Technology is a weird thing.
It is. As far as the Epic Game Store goes, though, they're really like Epic Game Store is really good for getting free games. I mean, that's what it is. It's free game simulator. That's what it is. And they've had some really good games for free, like Kingdom Come Deliverance coming up. The game that's shit, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
That one, that one's worth downloading and playing. They've had good ones in the past, and I'm sure they'll have good ones going forward. I have no quarrels with it. If they do ever actually put up, uh, darn, it's like an exclusive on the We've talked about it before. It's also on PlayStation. If they ever make that free, I will definitely get that in a heartbeat. Detroit Become Human.
Yeah. I want to play that game.
I do too. I think I have it on PlayStation, but I'm not really sure. I'd have to look and see.
Very fair.
Definitely
Very fair.
do not remember if I want it or not. I know that sounds bad, but
I've actually determined what the issue is. It's the same issue I had when I went to just chatting before you hopped in.
Oh,
It's the fact that there's a Streamlabs OBS and OBS 64. What the fuck is OBS 64? If I close OBS 64, it crashes my OBS.
because it's the 64-bit operating system in OBS. I think I would imagine.
But it wasn't like that before today. That's why I thought it was the Chroma Cam.
Did it get an update?
Not that I know of. All I know is I'm gonna uninstall it after this is done. I'm gonna uninstall all of it. I'm gonna reinstall. Cause this is some trash, man. This is some big trash.
I have to assume. I'll see if I can help you get it fixed.
Yeah. Anyway, moving to the next topic now that I've switched away from what I thought the issue was the Edge browser, but it may not actually be the Edge browser that's causing it. I think it's the OBS. So, Take-Two Interactive announces Dan Houser, vice president, creative at Rockstar Games, will be leaving. Do you have an opinion on that?
I heard about that, and I was honestly pretty. I was shooketh, as you might. Yeah, I was shooketh. I am. See, my thing is with Rockstar Games, their quality is never actually. Their games are fun. They make good quality games. Red Dead Redemption 2 is an amazing game, and Red Dead Redemption 1 was an amazing game for the time period. GTA, all of them, but 5, in my opinion, was fantastic. I don't like the grinding of 5. I don't know. I don't think this will actually affect the quality of the game too awful much, but I definitely think it will hurt it. But I also think that Rockstar has enough money to not give a fuck, if that's fair.
Yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair. I mean, I've definitely heard the name Dan Houser before. I don't know why I've heard the name before, but I've definitely heard it before, so. Could this be a bad thing for Rockstar, with him being gone?
I'm not really sure. I was wondering that as soon as I seen the article pop up. I wondered that myself. That was the first thing that popped in my head was, will Rockstar suffer from this?
They could.
They definitely could. This could be a blow to them, but it also kind of goes back to they also have like a whole lot of money. So like I feel like they could get a replacement to come in, and it wouldn't like damage control, if you will. And I think they could, in theory, be perfectly fine. It just depends on, if it hurt. Like I said, I think if it's going to go back to the quality of their games. Yeah. If they can keep up the quality without him, they'll be fine.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, he has helped write every major Rockstar game from the very first GTA to Red Dead Redemption 2, so how will his involvement not being there change it is definitely the question to have. Suddenly GTA's PG now.
Dude, have you ever actually played any of the have you played any Rockstar games? Like I know you played GTA at least, right?
Yeah, I played GTA 5.
What did you think of it? What did you think of GTA 5?
I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't like the ending. The option I wanted was not an option available. But besides that, I enjoyed it.
Wait, I thought there was an option to save everyone, though.
I didn't want to save everyone.
Oh, what did you want?
Okay, so, spoiler. Let's just put spoiler here. So there's 3 engines to Grand Theft Auto 5. If you don't want to know the endings, mute it for like 60 seconds. So, ending number 1, you can save Michael. Ending number 2, you can save Trevor. Ending number 3, Franklin can just go on his own. All 3 scenarios involve keeping Franklin around. Franklin is my least favorite of the 3. I want the option to get rid of him.
Okay. I gotcha. So if Franklin is the one where if he just leaves or whatever, they all live, right?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% positive.
See, I didn't mind Franklin too awful much.
I thought he was the least favorite of the 3.
He was.
Michael's family sucks, but that's not Michael's fault. Michael just has a shitty fucking family. Trevor,
Yeah, and
Trevor's a genius. Trevor's great.
yeah, Trevor. I think Trevor was definitely the favorite of that campaign entirely. But then again, there's a lot of. I know that when GTA 5 came out, it got a whole heck a lot of flack. Like it received a whole lot of, a lot of everything realistically because of the nature of the game. And that Rockstar took a beating for it. They did. They got beat up for it. And now it's still to this day one of the most played games around,
For
to
sure.
me at least. You're always seeing RPs and stuff. And uh, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's personally speaking. Did you ever play any of the online though? Did you ever do any GTA Online?
Haven't had internet. And I only played GTA 5 at a friend's house.
Ah, okay. I didn't know if you like maybe played it online at someone's house or if you just ever tried it
Mm-mm.
in general. Okay, I gotcha. I played a lot of GTA Online and it's terrible,
I
but
don't
it's
even
also
enjoy
not.
watching it, to be honest. I
It
get the appeal of like the GTA roleplay, and that's what a lot of people like doing with GTA multiplayer, but it's just not my thing. I do enjoy roleplay. Like I do enjoy roleplay. I just feel like, don't know, something about it just feels off.
it feels unnatural. I get what you're saying. I agree. I don't like GTA RPs either. I definitely see the appeal. I definitely 100% see the appeal to it, but I don't like it either. It's too. I don't know. I feel like there's better games to do that kind of stuff in than GTA 5. Because to me, everything in GTA 5 is just too expensive to realistically try and do that kind of stuff in.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Hmm. I am excited to see what GTA 6 could be, though.
I am too. Hopefully the online's a bit better. I do hope that the stuff in the online is not as expensive, because if it is, then we got problems. I hate to say it, but the one of the things that, in my opinion, hurts from it suffers from, rather not hurts from, but it suffers. One of the things that makes GTA 5 suffer is the price of everything. Everything is so expensive. And like for instance, there was a time where they had a double money thing going on, and um me and my buddy, we nonstop grinded literally the whole week. We was earning, you know 50, 60 to 100, $200,000 every 10, 15 minutes. So we was popping off millions.
Yeah.
And you know we did it for the whole entire week it was available for. And at the end of the week, I think I had around 8 million. Bought one thing and it was all gone. I had nothing to show for it because
Huh.
it was something that I had to have for the next time they did the double, or one of those double sessions, because if I didn't have that, then I couldn't do it myself.
That's
And
lame.
yeah, and a whole week of grinding just to get one thing during a double money session. So like without the double money, and that to me really opened my eyes and made me really realize, man, this game's not worth my time. It's just not worth it.
Not at that point. I definitely see what you mean. At that point, it's hard to be worth your time at that point. When they do stuff like that to you.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and then they come out with the I forget what the name of the update, but they had the casino. And
Good trailer. I
yeah,
enjoyed the commercial for it.
I've played it. I played during the update, and they done a pretty okay job at it. It's not my favorite. I like the casino in general. It's just neat. I'll give them credit for it. I see what they was trying to do with it, and the wheel spin was cool. But
About
you
it.
know, yeah, there's a glitch you can do with the wheel spin to where you can pretty much essentially guarantee the big prize. So that's nice. I have to go, but I have a quick question. What is your all-time favorite games?
Whew, what a question. For me, probably has to be like a Skyrim, something I've put hundreds of hours into and really enjoyed. But I could also go something like something that made me cry. A game with that kind of story. One of those. I don't know.
In theory, I put the most time into the Destiny games. I've got 4,000 hours between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. But they're not my favorite. Ironically, I'd say that the ones that I enjoyed the most playing would be the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the Final Fantasy games to death. So I'd have to give it to them.
Fair, fair. All right. Next topic we have. I said Skyrim, so yeah.
Thank you for stopping by the way.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by, man. In a daytime heist, mass thieves steal from an armored car. Do you want to know what their masks were?
If it's not Payday, I'm disappointed.
It's not Payday, but it's just as good.
My sister loves Final Fantasy. It's a really fantastic series.
Yeah?
Definitely one of the best. I honestly, I've played a lot of RPGs. I played a lot of JRPGs. I've played a lot of games that have, trying to find the same feel for it. And have a good night. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to replicate the love that I have for those games. One. There's been one game that I've played that has been close to it, and that's Octopath Traveler on my Switch.
Nice. Octopath. I don't think I've ever played Octopath Traveler.
It is on. Hello there.
Thank you for the follow, Purple Sprite. How's it going, man?
So, I'm thinking Octopath. I think it's on Steam. I could be wrong. I think Octopath Traveler is on Steam. And essentially speaking, the way it works is there's 8 characters in the game, and we're doing pretty good. How are you? And so there's 8. You have 8 characters, right? And they all have a unique story to it. A point. Like each one of them start off entirely different. They all have their own story and everything of the sort, right?
Yep.
Well, each story as you go, each character story as you go, it intertwines, and at the end of the game, all the characters come together, and they all have about this. I think they all have the same ending. I'm not really 100% certain on it. The game is really long, and I've actually not beaten a single full character yet. I need to, but yeah, it's really neat. It's a really cool concept having all these different characters, all of them having different stories, but all of the, have them all intertwined together at the same time in one world. That's amazing.
Absolutely. I can definitely see that. I am from Tennessee, and I currently live in Alabama.
I am from North Carolina, my man. What about you? Where are you from, my dude? Dudette, whichever.
Person.
Yeah,
Person of some kind of origin story.
Yes, tell it. Cali, huh? I got a lot of friends in Cali.
You're a race car. Oh, that's the best origin story.
Oh. That's great.
So, they weren't wearing Payday masks, but they were, in fact, wearing Spider-Man masks and hoodies.
Yes, trying to ruin the good name that is Spider-Man. How dare.
Hey, Jefferson was right. You can't trust Spider-Man.
I agree. You can't trust Spider-Man.
So police sources said the incident happened in a parking lot at the mall just before 11 a.m. because clearly the best time to rob an armored car is before 11 a.m. The armored car was left unattended, so it truly was the best time to go rob it. Following the theft, the suspects fled in an older model vehicle, and they were in Spider-Man masks. So, do you know where this happened at?
That it involves Spider-Man?
Yeah.
If it's not in New York City,
It's
I'm gonna
not
be
in New
mildly.
York.
That's disappointing, man. How could they do this?
It happened in Hawaii. I didn't know we had Hawaii stories now.
I wasn't expecting that at all, dude.
Yeah.
Is this real?
It is
yes,
real.
It is.
This is... it's very real. This comes from a Hawaii news site, actually. Yeah.
That's Man, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting, obviously New York, because I said New York because Spider-Man New York. Yeah, I expected it, and then I was expecting, somewhere else really big, maybe like Washington or just somewhere that. Take, yeah, like I said, trying to ruin the good name that is Spider-Man.
Hey now, you can't trust Spider-Man. I've told you this once. I'll tell you this again. You can't. Jefferson is right.
Can't trust a man in a spider
The
suit.
Daily Bugle knows. They know. They get it.
You can't trust Spider-Man. Glad. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man.
That's something. Did they at least get away, or like, did they like? What was they trying to steal? Rather, not trying to get away.
They were
What
stealing
was-
something from an armored vehicle. It didn't say what was in the armored vehicle. It just said that they were stealing from an armored vehicle.
Okay, I didn't know if it would say
And
what
then
or
they
not.
fled in an old vehicle.
Ooh.
And they got away. I mean, they are literally Spider-Man, so I assume they can just web out, and police can't catch Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree. You can't catch a Spider-Man, but you can
Spider-Man.
catch a Spider-Man imposter.
Hey now, not if you can shoot web. What if this is a real life Spider-Man that made one of the devices on his wrist and he just goes ka-pew, ka-pew, ka-pew.
But that's not the case because clearly they didn't do that.
How do you know? Do you have video evidence?
Weren't they caught?
No, not yet.
Oh, they what? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
they're still at large.
Oh, well, in that case, then,
Not every person we talk about has been arrested yet.
it's fair. Generally speaking, they have usually been, they have gotten the got.
But not this time. You can't stop Spider-Man.
You can't stop a spider.
Not at all. Not unless you kill it and then the stink bugs attack.
Out of all the places to rob, I feel like Hawaii would be the worst because as soon as it happens, they can just lock down the island.
Yeah.
And you're not getting away.
You could always swim.
That's a pretty far distance. You're finna get chorfed by a shark.
Hey now, what if you get a boat? What if you get a submarine and you submarine away? How are they gonna stop that?
I feel like if you have enough money to own a submarine, you don't need to be robbing an armored car.
Everyone needs a hobby, Infu. Why are you so judgy?
So robbing armored cars is the hobby? What kind of hobby is that?
Hey.
Nah. Okay, nah.
Some people work at a hospital. Some people work as a dentist. Other people rob armored vehicles.
Alright, fine, whatever.
That's logic.
Whatever. I'll accept that, whatever.
That's logic. Can't deny it.
That's bullshit, but I'll accept it.
Alright. So, this is an 8-year-old. So, immediately, I obviously bias on my perspective. But this is an 8-year-old who paid off the lunch debt for the entire school by selling keychains.
I think I heard the story. That's pretty neato. Like, I don't know what kind of keychains they were, though.
It's handmade keychains. I'll also... Hold on. I'm working on something fancy here.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Neato.
Yeah, you know. Some handmade.
I respect that. I respect it.
Yeah, respect the effort. Respect the effort.
Little dude's on the hustle trying to save his school. That's actually really cool. That
Yeah.
is genuine.
FYI, for your information, I did, as we were talking on like a topic or two ago, I made a podcast watch video screen that's just my screen bigger. So when I do the screen share, I can just pop it on that. So it's in a bigger screen.
Ah, cool.
Since you currently don't have a webcam, so it doesn't matter if I temporarily block you, because you're just a voice, currently.
Yes.
I can't wait for that surprise. One day.
My feelings.
But it remains the same. If you tell me the episode before, if you tell me that you're gonna have a webcam before an episode, I'm gonna be pissed. I want it to be a surprise. I want to be surprised.
I promise it will be a surprise.
It has to
I
be
will
a surprise.
Make sure it will be a surprise. I will just randomly come in with a webcam. See, now, here's the thing. You don't know what I'm going to be dressed in. I could be dressed in a Batman outfit, a Spider-Man outfit.
Or a Speedo.
Like, yeah. See, we could just, we could just be starting it up. Our guest will be here. You're going to be there. And then out of nowhere, like halfway through the podcast, you're just going to see it flick on. I'm just going to be like, sup, bitches? And I'm just going to be there. So you never know. Never know.
That's the dream.
Maybe I'll dress up as a Pokemon.
Does that mean I can throw Pokeballs at you?
This wasn't part of the plan.
That'd be fun.
You never know. Maybe it'll just be a pillow.
What's your catch rate?
Okay, so like, here's the thing. I'm absolutely gorgeous. So my catch rate's gonna be higher than other simpletons because of my hair. My hair gives me plus 20 catch rate. So I'm harder to catch.
And you're an owl type Pokemon, so
yes,
you're normal.
Yes.
Wait, so I assume your base is normal. You're a normal type.
I will be psychic and flying.
Psychic and flying. Ooh, you have those psychic attacks. Sounds good.
What would you do if I turn on my webcam and it's just my pillow with like my face taped to the pillow?
I'd laugh. I'd
Ideas,
just laugh for the next few minutes.
Ideas. I have them. We'll see.
Ideas are good. I appreciate ideas. Ideas are the best. So, with his handmade keychains that go for $5 each, he raised $4,015 to erase the lunch debt of students from his school and what the article title didn't say, 6 other schools. So not just his school, 6 others. It all started because he wanted to do something special for Kindness Week at his school. Him and his mother and father thought about a project that would truly reflect kindness. He was ultimately inspired by a San Francisco 49ers player, the cornerback who previously played for the Seattle Seahawks, donated more than $27,000 to cover students' lunch debt. And he decided on keychains because I love keychains. They look good on my backpack.
You know, again, I can respect that. It's really neat. It is. The gesture's amazing.
Yep. Absolutely.
I do oftentimes wonder though, like these people that buy these things for these like type of like charities or whatever, like what do they actually end up doing with these keychains? Do you think they just throw them away, or do you think they actually end up keeping them, or do you think that they? I wonder if oftentimes they even buy them, or if they just give the money for the cause.
I feel like they give the money for the item. The item doesn't really matter to them. It's the cause that matters to them a lot of the time.
I mean, I definitely agree, but I oftentimes wonder what happens to the item itself, because a lot of times it's made out of a lot of times it's made out of just materials and stuff like I guess if that makes sense. It's not terrible, but it's not the best.
Yeah. And like,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'd buy something like that.
It's definitely pretty neato. It's
yeah,
pretty
definitely.
neato indeed.
I'd buy something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Does he still make and sell them now?
That's what I'm currently browsing. Because, okay. So, his mom said, "We've sent keychains to Alaska, Rhode Island, Minnesota, Arizona, all over the country. There was one lady who said she wanted $100 worth of keychains so that she could just hand them out to people. There were several people who bought one keychain and gave him $100, which, I mean, that goes back to what I was saying about not necessarily paying for the keychain, but paying for the cause. Yeah. Sold more than 300 keychains. He delivered the $4,015 check to the elementary school. Of that amount, $1,000 would go to the school to pay off the $500 lunch debt and for any future debt incurred. The rest will go to 6 other nearby schools, which will get $500 each to clear their own lunch debts. Lunches here are about $2, but if you have 2 or 3 kids and for whatever reason you've missed a week of lunch or breakfast, that adds up pretty quickly. This type of gift takes a little bit of pressure off of your family. Lunch debt is an increasing problem in the U.S. In the 2017-2018 school year, 75% of school districts reporting to the School Nutrition Association had unpaid meal debt. The median amount of unpaid meal debt per district has risen by 70% since the 2012-2013 school year.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Props that little dude. Like seriously, hats off. Like he definitely has done more than most people would ever even attempt to do.
More than we've done.
Yeah, I agree. He's done more than I have. I've just sat on my ass.
Hey.
So.
Hey now. I appreciate you sitting on your ass for 2 hours for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool. Definitely. Some stories we bring up because they make you feel a certain way, and sometimes we like making fun of these topics. Other times we have a good. So you need these light-hearted, feel-good topics.
You do, the general populace, because a lot of times these are stories that most people see. That here at the BS Podcast, we provide the most quality stories possible. No, just saying. But anyway, you know, these stories that we present to these people, I feel like it's stories that most people wouldn't actually look up on their own or try to find on their own. And so, you know, to me, that's it's a unique way of getting these things out to the people who do give us a listen as we grow. Hopefully, you know, as we keep growing and hopefully get bigger and bigger and more people come around, you know, they can come to appreciate, you know, just exactly these stories as well. Not because we present it to them, but just the nature of the story itself, you know?
Exactly. You know, I think we provide a good time, I think. I definitely think that it's a good time. Like the podcast, I really enjoy the podcast. I really enjoy streaming in general. I really haven't taken a liking to streaming. And now that I have this new schedule, it feels like Tuesday and Thursday are these weird, fun days where it's like Tuesday I just play a fan requested game, and that's always fun. This week it was Doom. Next week will also be Doom because I want to finish it, but I don't know what we're gonna do after that. Whatever it's decided on that I own. I can't magically make myself have all the games in the world, but I can play anything that is within the realm of possibility, really, as long as I can afford it. So that's always fun. That's a good time on Tuesday. And then today, it's more of a chill stream. I played some Assassin's Creed. I did what I wanted to do in that. And then some days, maybe we'll do a multiplayer thing. Other days, maybe we'll just be kind of chilling, kind of preparing for the podcast, and then doing the podcast. I think it's a good time.
It is. It's a good time. It's fun to do it too.
Exactly.
And you get to learn things from time to time.
And you get to laugh.
Oh yes. You get to laugh because some people are very stupid and their misery causes us great joy. Like the woman in Florida trying to steal sauce for her nuggets.
Fair? Fair. I mean, it was A+, to be fair.
It was. She had the right ideas, she just had the wrong execution.
Agreed. I'm looking at this next topic, which I like the headline, but I don't actually like the article. So I'm just going to read the headline, which humans are hardwired to dismiss facts that don't fit their worldview. In practice, it turns out that one's insert many popular hot topics. Identity quite effectively predicts one's willingness to accept expertise on any given issue. You know, I definitely feel like people get inside their own bias, and they want to read what fits in their own bias. It doesn't matter what we're talking about, whether that be a game opinion, a movie opinion, a TV show opinion, or anything. This could be literally anything. And I definitely feel like we very quickly find ourselves in the lane of just... We want to read our opinion verified. That's what we want.
Agreed. Opinions are an important thing. They're definitely an important thing. I've always heard the expression "there is no wrong opinion." I'm guilty of it.
True.
I'm guilty of it. I'll a lot of times I'll be like, "Ding dong, your opinion's wrong," but in theory that can't be the case.
In theory, I think in actuality it can't be the case.
No. It's just a theory, an opinion theory.
Well, you know the good thing about a theory? You can disprove it. Well, I'll have you know. A cop who arrested QB for bird poop mistaken as cocaine has resigned.
What?
Back in the summer of 2019, a Georgia Southern quarterback was charged with possession of cocaine when there was a mysterious white substance found on the hood of his car. The substance was found to be bird poop and not the drug. He was pulled over for a routine traffic stop, but the incident made big headlines when the deputy pulled him over mistook one unique white substance for another. That same deputy is no longer with the sheriff's department. He gave his resignation a week ago. Considering this happened back in the summer of 2019, he kept his job for a long time.
Damn. How do you just see bird poop, test it, and think, "Yep, that's coke right there"?
And the quarterback said, "It's been difficult. I stayed down and I knew that the truth was eventually going to come out. I just didn't know how long it'd take. It's definitely been hard to deal with." And his attorney said, "This case is bizarre. You don't see these. I've been doing this for 30 years. 30 years. And you don't see ones like these very often. Fortunately, in my view, the appropriate outcome has been reached in a timely way. I commend the prosecutor for taking the time to get on it." So...
It's
a lot of people have cocaine on their hoods. A lot of people have cocaine all over their car.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, when you're going down the street, cruising in your 6'4", and you got white stuff all over your hood, it's clearly coke.
Well, you're trying to use it while you're driving, but your window's open, so it just goes out. It's no good. And now it's all over your car. I think you have no thoughts on that.
I know, that's so stupid.
Fair.
It's fair, though. It's fair.
Fair.
I mean, just, I don't... speaking of bird poop, could you just imagine how bad it'd be to live at the beach with all them seagulls?
Oh, that's a new game. Instead of Untitled Goose Game, Untitled Bird Poop. Where you just harass people all day with bird poop. How do you feel about that kind of game?
I would probably give it a go.
Fair.
Just to literally shit on some people.
So, I don't know if you've kept up with it, but support for Flash, all the Flash games that's out there, the support for that Flash is going away at the end of the year.
I've heard.
Luckily, all that content won't be lost thanks to Flashpoint, a project which has saved over 36,000 Flash games from disappearing forever. Back in 2017, Adobe announced that it would stop supporting Flash at the end of 2020. And, many games have moved on to HTML5 or Unity, but many other games haven't made the jump to newer, safer technology, and with less than a year yet left, most never will. And that's where Flashpoint comes in to save a huge chunk of gaming history. Flashpoint uses open source tech to allow folks to download and play a large list of games and animations. The full list contains just over 36,000 games, and you can suggest new games to be added if something you love isn't on there. The folks running this project will pull games if the copyright holder or original creator requests that, but it seems so far this isn't happening. So, you can download the full collection. Do you know how large that file is going to be if you wanted the whole collection?
I can't imagine those games are no more than a few megabytes, but at 30,000, let's see, what was the conversion rate? I'm trying to do the math in my head real quick. I'd say probably about 30 gigs.
Ha 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 ha. 290 gigs.
I was off.
You were way off. You weren't close. You had an idea in your head. I do appreciate you had the idea in your head, but you were way off.
Yeah, I was, because I'm not exactly sure. It would vary from size to size, and what I was trying to do is I was trying to get a general basis of like the standard Flash size game, then multiply it by the 30,000, and assuming that each one was what, let's say 2 megabytes, multiply that by whatever 60,000 megs, convert that over.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I was thinking with the whole 30 gigs. But oh yeah, I was off. I was way off. That's alrighty.
You know, I don't know why I saved this for a topic, because it's really stupid. This is a really stupid topic I'm about to say. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The PlayStation 5 website's online. The website's really lame, by the way. So.
Is it actually?
It is online, and it's really lame.
I'm gonna go to it.
Alright, one moment. I'll link it to you.
Wait, why does the PlayStation 5 have its own website, though? I
mean, it doesn't actually look like it's its own website. It looks like it's its own section, but it's kind of its own. I don't know. Either way, it's dumb. Either way, it's really dumb. It's not needed, man. It's not needed.
What the heck?
It's really not good. 0 out of 5 would not recommend.
Wow. Alright, well, I guess. Is there like a little section like that for the PS4?
I don't know. Probably. I imagine you just change the URL at the end to be PS4.
Yeah, you do. And yeah, there is. Okay. Question answered.
Yep. Question asked, question answered. That's how you do it. So, we talk about Capcom a lot. I feel like we talk about Capcom fairly regularly. I generally praise them. You generally don't care about Capcom because you're a grunt.
Yeah, Capcom has a history. A good. Their history's not terrible, but it's not great.
They're trying to make amends. They're trying to be better. Well, Capcom, they released their year-over-year results, and their operating income went up 37.1%, but their net income went up 42.3%. That sounds like a win to me.
Huh.
Just that alone sounds like a win to me.
Yeah, I agree. That's something. Capcom isn't really my favorite company out there. I don't really keep up with them or care about them, generally speaking. They're there. They exist. I wouldn't want them to disappear, but I definitely, I don't want them to go away, but I don't need them to stay around, if that makes any sense.
For sure, for sure. So, I feel like the next topic I want to talk about, which we kinda, this is gonna be 2 topics in one. We're gonna morph them in.
Oh my, the Mighty Morphin Power Topics.
Mighty Morphin Power Topics. So, we learned a day ago, well, probably more than a day ago, we learned sometime in the last week that the Final Fantasy VII Remake is only exclusive on the PS4 for a short time, which I didn't know. I don't know if that was the thing other people knew, but its exclusivity expires, which has also been delayed, with 7 being delayed. So currently the date is April 10th, 2021 for that to expire. That's interesting.
It is.
I didn't know it was going to be released on another console. Or any another platform, I guess, would be the correct term.
So,
Yeah,
I'm definitely ready for it, at the least.
for sure.
As you know, as I said earlier, I love the Final Fantasy games are some of my favorite. I can't wait.
So now we're gonna watch the official trailer that released January 31st, almost a week ago, but we haven't watched it yet, and I haven't. I've seen one Final Fantasy VII trailer. This is a 3-minute 50 trailer. I'm gonna screen share it because that's been working lately. It worked all day yesterday. There's no reason it shouldn't work today. And yeah, we're gonna watch it real quick and see how we feel about it.
Roll the clip.
I also need to unhorizontal it. It's been okay for the pictures, but with this, I actually do need to undo it. So I will undo that real quick because it's no good otherwise. So,
all right,
here we go. Okay.
When spring comes, I'm leaving town. I'm going to Midgar. I'm going to be a soldier. The best of the best, like Sephiroth. Tell me, is it really you?
Are we on schedule?
Please, Mr. President, I am asking you to reconsider. No, begging.
Director Twisty.
The stench of the director's cowardice fills the room yet again.
Mako supersaturation confirmed.
Engaging materia cooling to reduce temperature.
Madam Director, you have a meeting shortly.
She looks comfortable.
Stop. Your timing is impeccably atrocious.
Oh dear, oh dear. A man of my refined taste running out of butter.
Welcome to the Honeybee Inn, Cloud. True beauty is an expression of the heart. A thing without shame, to which notions of gender don't apply.
What did they do to his hair?
No.
Not a word.
Not even one?
No!
But you're so pretty.
Today's right to be is...
Today's?
Pathetic.
Huh? Which one of you said that? You got a mouth on you.
You got a mouth on
Aren't we having a wonderful time kicking the hornet's nest?
You know what I want. A second dance. Just the two of us.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Oh, did it just talk?
I am that which you see before you. Nothing more.
A touching reunion.
And he died.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct.
Oh, I guess not.
I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
It's getting tired of playing tag anyway.
Come on!
Avalanche ain't Buta or anybody, fucker.
We're here to rescue Aerith, remember? We don't need more attention than what we're gonna get.
Yeah, I hear you.
I know these people, and I know they're never gonna let Aerith go. She's the last living ancient on the planet. Think about what that means to Shinra's scientists.
This is...
The source of everything. Genova.
Work on this!
The Shinra Electric Power Company isn't the real enemy. I promise you, there's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help all of you and the planet.
Alrighty then. Well, are you excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake? And how did that
Yes.
trailer make you feel?
Definitely excited for it. I don't really know how I feel about it though.
Fair.
I am excited. I'm definitely going to get it. I will have the game. That is a given.
I will own the game when it's $20 or less.
Yeah, I might even pre-order it whenever. I don't know if you can pre-order it yet or not, but I might even pre-order it. I love.
It doesn't say anything about a pre-order.
Okay.
Not that I see in the
Well,
YouTube video, at least. So, I definitely think that Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be an experience I look forward to compared to the Final Fantasy VII non-remake. Because I couldn't play through much Final Fantasy VII, honestly. It's just too old for me, and I just don't appreciate how it looks. I don't. It looks bad.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Graphics to me aren't, it's not my thing in terms of I don't really care about them so much. I get the appeal of wanting better graphics. I understand that. I have no problem with it at all. My thing is the combat system. I don't mind it so much, so it looks like 15-ish, sort of. I love 15. I wish Final Fantasy would go back to the turn-based combat system that they had with the older ones.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I like 15 a lot. 15 is probably like in my top 5 favorite Final Fantasy, so it's not really the biggest of problems that I got going on with it. The combat system.
Yeah.
It's just for me where it's at. I'll still have it. I'll still play it. I probably won't. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
I'm definitely going to use the new combat and not the old combat when I play.
Yeah, I'll try both and see which one I like more, but I'm thinking the new one's probably going to be the way I go because I like how it looks.
Yeah?
To me, it fits better.
I agree. I mean, even the worst part of the trailer was the combat. That was the worst part of the trailer. It goes back to I would watch this game's movie, because they always do movie versions on YouTube. Someone always makes them, and I've never watched one, but I feel like I'd watch that in a heartbeat. But you bring it to the combat portion of you actually in combat, and that's just the part that looks like during the tentacle thing. That was the worst part of that trailer, in my opinion. That didn't look very fun.
No, it didn't. Not at all. I'm not going to say it was bad design choice, though. Just, I'm hoping that maybe when the actual game comes out, that'll be a bit better.
Agreed.
Who knows?
Absolutely agreed. So, this one I really just brought up to say how you'd feel about it. I don't really. Samsung is pushing for Microsoft to enable ultra-wide monitor support on the Xbox. What are your thoughts?
I think they should do it. It'll have absolutely no effect on me whatsoever, but I think they should do it. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it doesn't hurt anything turning it on. Although I'm afraid that it might cause the games to look a bit not so good because they're not really. It's not really made for that on the Xbox, but
yeah, I definitely think that as long as there's no big cons to it, then it should be all fine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see no reason not to if there's absolutely no drawback to it.
As long as it's not breaking anything, who cares? Honestly. Do it. Why not? Do it, do it. Alright, so are you ready for a nanny cam?
A what?
A nanny cam.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Wait, does this have video of it? Hold on a minute. If this is actually the video of it, we're gonna watch that. Oh, did they not? We're gonna watch this with no audio. We're just gonna talk about it. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Alright, so... Yeah, okay. We'll just do it. We'll just do it. Gotta go for it. So, as you can see, federal agent caught on a nanny cam. He's browsing girl's room.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the thing. That's not a thing you're supposed to do.
No, he's smelling girls' panties.
Yep.
Why? What the fuck? How would that get you off?
I don't know, but this guy, this is apparently this guy's thing. He's browsing around. He's...
That guy looked very disgruntled, might I add. Like, you can see his eyes, they went wide, they're like, what the fuck?
Wait, is that the laundry bin?
Yeah, I believe so. Maybe the dirty laundry bin?
I think so.
Ew!
Also, don't ask why I called it a bin and not a basket. Apparently, I've been watching too many UK or Australian people lately. Bin, not basket. I'm sticking with that choice. Yeah, I just want to see more of the actual video of this guy being the worst. Why? Good old nanny cam. This is why you need a nanny cam.
What the fuck?
Alright, so I think that's going to be all from the actual video that I thought would be interesting. So, I'll switch out, and I'll just read what the article says. So, you know, while his real estate agent was in another room, he went inside a 3-year-old girl's bedroom. 3 years old. 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3.
That's disgusting. Ah, what the fuck is wrong with people? What was he even doing in the house, did it say?
He was touring a Phoenix home for sale. And this was while his real estate was in another room. He went inside a 3-year-old girl bedroom. He focused on the laundry bin in the corner, dug through the dirty laundry and pulled out, you know. Yep. And then he returned to the bedroom for a second round. When he leaves the room for the second time, he appears to notice the nanny cam. He quickly covered his mouth and said, "God damn it."
Man, just why? What the fuck?
Apparently, this guy heard the police were looking for him, so he threw out his computer, and his Gmail account had a video of girls doing gymnastics and an email from him to himself. Moon was indicted on 2 counts of felony trespassing with sexual motivation, and he later made a plea deal for misdemeanor trespassing. And he said in a quote, "This is by far the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life."
I doubt that, but hey.
The deputy county attorney said the actions by the defendant in this case show a need for evaluation, show a need for potential treatment, and that's going to go unnoticed, untreated if there's no evaluation done in this case. The judge said it can seem unfair, it can seem like it's not enough. The court believes he is sincere in his remorse. While the behavior that he demonstrates is sexually deviant, there's concern that there's not enough for maybe a jury to say he's a People get sex offended for taking a piss in public. If they can be a sex offender for the rest of their goddamn life, this person should be a sex offender.
I agree. I mean, he literally went to this little girl's room, picked up her underwear, and smelled it. That's disgusting.
Many more levels worse than taking a piss in public and someone walking by and accidentally seeing you.
It is. It honestly is. That's fucking. I mean, this guy was in their home. He was in their fucking home. He went up to her room, went inside of her room, and went through her fucking dirty laundry to smell them. That's
no good. Absolutely no good.
Just what the
fuck? Some people. We discover the best and the worst of people on this podcast.
I agree, man. And like...
But I do like the variety. We need to see the best and the worst. Keep things aligned. Because when in doubt, we can always go back to the keychain kid who, you know... That's the good vibe of the day.
Keychain Kid is good.
Yeah, Keychain Kid is good. This guy, scum.
Yeah, that guy is fucking off with his head. There we go.
Off with his head.
That's the general consensus for all these people that I'm gonna have from this point going forward.
Here on BS Back in the Shed, we punish people by cutting their heads off.
Yes, 100%. Like. It's, yeah, just off with their head.
Off with their head. Off
yeah,
with their head.
I was trying to think of maybe a different solution, but no, off with their head. That's how it is.
Sometimes the easiest solution may be the best solution. I mean, getting a sword may not be the easiest, but
I have a pocket sword. It'll be alright.
Fair. I mean, the only thing. Wait a minute. Ungar. This will take a long time to cut someone's head off, but...
Mine is significantly bigger.
We'll work on it.
Mine is probably about the length from your elbow to the end of your fingertips. Yeah. That's about how long mine is. About the size of a dagger or a pocket sword.
Yeah. I dig. Huh, so. This article says exercise improves video game performance. And it's multiple paragraphs, and I'll read it. Purpose, video games succeed in screen time limits are at a greater risk of experiencing health issues associated with physical inactivity. Demonstrating that exercise has positive effects on video game performance could promote physical activity among video gamers. Press X to doubt. Press X. We investigated the short-term effects of a single session of cardiovascular exercise on the performance of the popular video game, this is gonna lose info, League of Legends, and explored psychosocial mechanisms. 20 young video gamers played a customized League task preceded by a short bout of high-intensity interval training or a period of rest. The two conditions were administered on 2 separate days in a randomized, counterbalanced fashion. Video game performance was assessed as the total number of targets eliminated as well as accuracy, defined as the ability to eliminate targets using single attacks. Short-term changes in effect after exercise as well as exercise enjoyment were also assessed. And I'm not going to read some of these numbers because I don't understand what the fuck they mean, to be honest. Exercise improved the capacity to eliminate targets compared to the rest. Exercise also enhanced accuracy with fewer targets eliminated with more than one attack after exercise compared to the rest. Exercise increased positive effect by 17%, but neither effect nor exercise enjoyment were associated with total number of targets eliminated or accuracy. I feel like that last line negates everything else it just said. If it doesn't associate with the total number of targets eliminated or your accuracy, then what the fuck did I just read? The capacity to eliminate targets, but this article is full of shit. It said exercise also enhanced accuracy, But at the end it says, but neither effect nor exercise enjoyment were associated with total number of targets eliminated or accuracy. So my mind is blown at this. I feel like this was someone that put in a little bit of effort to try and convince gamers to exercise, and they didn't work hard enough to prove it. So I'm gonna give them an F. What are your thoughts? Do you think if you go do jumping jacks for a few minutes and then you play a game of League, you're gonna do better? I think you're gonna be more pissed. Yeah, I think you're gonna be more pissed off than anything.
Yeah, I'd probably cuss a bit more. I don't think I'd do better.
Nope. I don't think so either. You'd be worn out. You'd be sweaty. You'd be like, God, nope, I don't want to do this shit no more, man.
Yeah, you'd start doing the jumping jacks and you sit down and you get killed one time and it'd be like, fuck, and then you go your PC through the window.
That should be the exercise they count. That kind of exercise. Alright, so we have 2 topics left. I also have no idea because we didn't start the stream at the beginning of the podcast. We started it at the beginning of the pre-show. So I have no idea how long we actually are in the podcast. So I have no vibe for that. Which is lovely. So I have no idea if we're doing good or bad on time. We'll see at the end, I guess. A frightening situation for a county family when they heard banging on their front door around 10 on a Tuesday night. They can hear them yelling. Sheriff's office. The victims thought it was odd that it was late hours, so the suspects then forced their way into the living room area. They busted the front door. At this point, the homeowner knew for sure that the people at the door were not sheriff's deputies, as they weren't wearing law enforcement uniforms. That's when they said the homeowner and suspects started shooting at each other, because that's the logical conclusion. Where did this take place again? I'm looking for a state, not a city. California. California is not okay. Okay. That was not the state I was thinking it'd be. But okay. One suspect was hit in the upper body and died at the scene. The other suspects got away. The homeowner's wife, child, and another man were inside the home at the time. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Although we were in the early stages, it was a home invasion that went terribly wrong. There were 4 people in the residence, along with a 13-year-old that could have all been killed if it wasn't for the homeowner taking action. Everything unfolded in just a few minutes, and it left the family shaken up. Detectives say they are not ready to release a motive for the home invasion. And, you know, these people are also still at large. Well, I guess 3 of the 4 are. The other one's dead, but goddamn. Whew. What would your response be if someone literally busted open your front door and came charging in with weapons? Would you have the same reaction to shoot them?
Yeah. My shotgun to the left would definitely be like, yeehaw, partner.
My only weapon, if someone broke into my room, is I have to pull this out again and hope this is my good solution. I just go stabby, stab, stab.
Yeah, good.
Ungar.
Like, yeah,
well, technically, you want to stab and twist. Stab and twist is the way.
If someone busts down my front door, they're eating lead.
Fair.
And if for some odd reason they somehow manage to survive all of the ammunition that I have, they deserve to not only rob me, but they just can probably just have like my house too while they're at it. Because clearly my bullets aren't working. Clearly they're a superior being to whatever.
What if they're the Spider-Man from Hawaii? What if they just web sling your gun out of your hand?
I have more.
What if they can't web
stop
slinging
them all.
you? What if they pow you in the face with web?
They can't stop them all.
But he does have spidey senses, so he'd be able to dodge.
My house has got limited room. He's not getting very far. Like, in order for him to get to me from where he's at, he's going to have to go down a very narrow hall. The spread of a shotgun, he can't dodge that. There's nowhere to go. There's literally nowhere to go. He's getting hit by something.
Well, that's why he produces a thick layer of web to block the bullet. That should be a Mythbusters
Okay, well, that's
episode.
just one of the
How
many.
much web does it take to block a bullet? What does Google have to say about this? I'm very curious. How much web does it take to block a bullet? I assume the answer is there is no amount of web that can block a bullet.
I'm sure eventually it would stop it.
There is no article that talks about an amount of web to block a bullet. I'm the only one that's had this thought, apparently.
I was about to say, because no one's ever thought of this.
Well, I'll have you know. We need to test this. Spider-Man needs to show up and be like, okay, webby web, let's test. Boom. Oh, nope, that ain't enough. Boom. Oh, that ain't enough. Until we figure it out. I imagine it's a shit ton of web.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be very tightly packed web, all condensed in, like, a very small area. But it's still going to be huge. So, the last topic is another trailer, the Fast and the Furious, F9, you know. Are you excited to watch this trailer? I don't know how to feel about watching this trailer, to be honest.
I mean, go for it.
Yeah, we're gonna go for it. We'll definitely go for it. Let's see here. Let me get it all set up. Takes me a hot second because I'm slow, but to be fair, it'll be better next time when I'm not having OBS be weird. But all right.
I used to live my life a quarter mile at a time. But things changed. I'm a father now. I will always be in your heart.
Little Brian, I have a gift for you. Your daddy gave me this. No, I'm gonna give it to you. It's very special. It's for protection from what's coming.
All right, Dom. What's next?
No matter how fast you are,
I am not to be compared to you.
no one outruns their past.
I am more easy, you trying your best to become me.
And mine.
It's John Cena.
Been a long time, Dom.
So we're up against a master thief, assassin, high performance driver. Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Your whole life, you pushed yourself to be faster than Dom, smarter than Dom, stronger than Dom. But could you kill him? Because I'm ready if you are.
There's nothing more powerful than the love of family. But you turn that into anger, there's nothing more dangerous.
Maybe this is the end, but we're gonna go out together.
You know I'd ride to the death with you.
I want to see a fight like that go down in real life.
Please tell me that's
Exactly
not a
like
Pontiac
that.
Fiero strapped to a rocket engine?
Impressive. I know.
No, that's not impressive.
My ass is in fuego!
I came here to take you down, little brother.
That's your mistake. This is my world.
They got a magnet plane?
That's cheating.
Hold on.
Tell me you're not thinking what I think you're thinking. There's no bridge!
Oh, hell no.
Hey guys. Surprise.
Nice clubhouse.
What? What? Alrighty then. That's the thing. Han is alive apparently. That's interesting. I am baffled that Han is alive. I'm happy with it though. I'm absolutely happy with that conclusion. But, whew, what a thing. What a thing indeed. That was a good trailer. I liked that trailer more than the Final Fantasy VII trailer. I felt like that 3 minutes went by a lot quicker than the other 3 minutes went by. I feel like, honestly, I always enjoy the not the Final Fantasy movies. Not the Final Fantasy movies, Wes. I always enjoy the Fast and Furious movies. It's all the F's. Too many F's in this equation for me. Small brain energy can't handle it. I always enjoy them. And honestly, I am looking forward to seeing it conclude, though, because you can only keep it going so long, and they've already kind of pushed their luck a little bit. So, I think they have like 2 more movies that they're gonna do, and then they're gonna end it. So,
Wait, seriously? They're finally stopping it?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna reboot it. They're not actually gonna stop doing movies. I think they're gonna reboot it.
Man, they just need to kill it. I'm sorry. I love the Fast and the Furious movies because of the cars in them and stuff. Like, I like the whole.
I like the actors as well, honestly.
Yeah, the actors are good too, but I mean, at this point, they're beating a dead horse. Horses. What?
At the end, they showed him. He's alive.
How? What?
I don't know. He should be dead.
That was the guy that died in Tokyo Drift, wasn't it?
Yes. Apparently not. Apparently the dude lives.
But they...
We never seen a dead body.
No. We didn't.
We just didn't know that we couldn't trust Fast and Furious with dead bodies. But now we know. That just because you think they died doesn't mean they died. But I look forward to it. I think it'll be a good movie, as I think they all are. I mean, I get they're not for everyone. I get why they're not more popular. But I enjoy them.
The only one that I've had my gripes with was the last one. I don't know. I think they could have done better with it.
Yeah, for sure. So, do you have any other topics for us?
Any other topics, huh?
Yeah, any other topics? Hit us with your best one.
That's tough. I'm not really too sure. So,
Making you think.
You are, because I don't really know. I can't really, other than the whole coronavirus thing going on right now, there's not really a whole lot in terms of world events that I've been keeping up with.
I haven't been keeping up with it.
I have been extensively.
Tell me about it.
There's a lot of wild shit going on with it, man. So, China's pretty much collapsing under itself at this point. Last time I looked, it was
China
like
number one.
China number dead at this point.
Rip.
So, they've got like, I think it was like over 500 something cases of 500 deaths, 30 something thousand cases in China alone, and like them. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the numbers. So, like, we've got 11 here in the U.S.
Yeah.
That was sick. No deaths here. Where else? I think Japan had two. I think it was over 10. I think they had like 11 or 12 themselves, maybe even more. It might have been in the 20s at this point for them. I don't fully remember. They also have a cruise ship that's currently docked off of Japan where the whole thing is quarantined. There's like 30 people on that boat that's sick with it.
Yeah.
And no deaths there. There was a death in Hong Kong, making it the second death outside of mainland China. And then the Philippines had the first. Both deaths were people from Wuhan. Like they were in Wuhan or whatever. They'd been in Wuhan. They'd come back. They died. It just so happens they was from there. And then the doctor who actually tried. They're calling him the whistleblower, but the doctor who actually, when it first popped up, who tried to spread awareness of the sickness to other doctors and to the world. Police showed up at his house and knocked on his door and detained him and arrested him.
Damn.
For sharing it to the public.
Fair.
He died. He died of it.
Wow.
He caught it, got put it in the hospital, and he died the day of it.
Well, that's why you don't play with things you can't control.
China said they're doubling down on their measures. I'm not really sure what that means. They do have experimental medicine that they have sent into China to test it. They think it can't. It's not like it's not a vaccine, so it can't stop it, but it can help cure it.
That's all that matters.
They're also thinking that the origins of the virus is no longer in that market. They're thinking it was from somewhere else, and they don't know where exactly.
Well.
And I'm trying to think. There's been cases all over the world. At least over 100 worldwide cases.
Yeah.
But all in all, I think we're doing okay. I mean, so far it's not really spreading.
Yeah.
In the U.S., that's not to say more cases couldn't pop up. Like right now, if you was to go to Google right now and type in coronavirus and go to news, you would see all kinds of shit on it. I think right now the main thing that's being broadcast is how the doctor no, let's see. Japan reports 41 new coronavirus infections on quarantine ship.
Rip.
The doctor, he died. Coronavirus death toll surges to 634, so it is higher than. It's still going up. First British national to contract coronavirus had been in Singapore. Hold on, what's this? The first British national has tested positive for the coronavirus after traveling back to UK from Singapore. Huh. That's not good.
I'd say not.
See, individual was British, middle-aged, and contracted the coronavirus in Singapore. It came after an unnamed Chinese student from New York University and his mother were diagnosed with disease early this week. Pair being treated in Newcastle. The latest case has heightened doctors' concerns about the possibility of more coronavirus cases arriving in countries in Asia other than China. It's not good.
Nope. Not at all. Crazy how a virus can still spread and we don't have an immediate solution to it, and we can't immediately get a solution to it.
Right? They're working on it.
They are. But it's crazy that we can't just quicker do it yet.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
Dr. Mark Siegel claims there are probably close to 100,000 coronavirus cases in China. I'd believe that.
Oh. Well then.
I would believe it.
How long do you think it's going to be before this goes away?
I don't think it'll go away. I think what will happen is they'll get vaccines for it, they'll get medicine for it, but they won't be able to stop it. I think it'll become a regular thing like the flu season. Just every year it'll pop up like the flu does.
What causes the flu again? How does it originate?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm really not sure. I've never looked into it.
Fair. Oh, I guess I can talk about that real quick when we're done with this.
All right.
So,
let's see. How does the flu start out?
How does the flu start out? I'm really curious.
Flu symptoms usually start within 1 to 4 days after infection. Unlike a common cold, the effects of an influenza virus infections can come on very suddenly. The first signs of the flu are often a fever, chills, accompanied by headaches, sore throat, dry cough, runny nose, muscle aches, and fatigue. But it didn't say how. It didn't say what.
Yeah,
let me see. Let's see.
Saying what you're looking for.
Where did the flu come? Where did the flu come from? Influenza is a virus that's spread from person to person. It originates actually among birds and other animals such as pigs, and new viral strains of influenza come to this country and to Europe and Southeast Asia. So it's from animals and it spread to us here. That's what this is saying. So maybe animals like pigs and stuff naturally carry it, and it just jumped to us.
Down with the pigs.
Yeah.
Well, so since the last podcast, well, I mean, technically, it was kind of a thing last Thursday, where my stepdad had the flu, and then it kind of spread in the household, but I kept myself isolated. I had, one moment. Some disinfectant. I had gloves. I had... The only thing I wish I had was a mask. I would have loved one of those face masks to have wore around the house to help avoid it. But I did avoid it successfully, so it was a victory. I avoided the flu this go around. And now everything's all chill, everything's back to normal. The flu is no longer a concern. So, it's all good, man.
It's interesting. I don't know. Hopefully we get this under control. I definitely hope. The flu shot has a 50-50 chance of protecting you.
Or infecting you.
So I'm curious if when we do get a vaccine for this, if it'll have the same rates.
Dunno. We'll see. We will definitely see. I think that's about all the topics we have for this week.
I agree.
I'm curious to see if this is a shorter episode because I couldn't keep track of the time. Or what. It'll be interesting. I think it'll be close to 2 hours, but I'm not sure if it'll be a little under, a little over, or what. Oh well.
Well, we started right at 9 and it's 11:20.
It is, but did we start at 9? What time did you join in? I don't remember.
I joined in at like 8. I joined at like 8 something. It was still like it was like 8 or so when I was around.
All I know is thank everyone for listening and watching, I guess now. Watching the show. It'll be back next week, same day. The pre-show will start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 8 p.m. for me. That's why it throws me off. That's why there's hesitation. I have to think about... Infu and I always talk in his time zone, and it messes me up at times. It throws me for a loop sometimes. But
I'm in the future.
You're in the future. You are. But yeah, the podcast will be back next week with a guest, I hope. We are actively 10 people this week. We tried. We put in a good effort.
We did. We busted some ass. They just didn't want to bust back.
We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep working on it. We're gonna go. We're gonna make it happen. We will make it happen next week, hopefully with a guest, because I feel like I enjoy the co-host convos. but I really enjoy bringing in someone new and hearing their perspective, what they do, what's going on in their world, and then getting their vibe.
I also think that there's more energy and I feel like there's just a better vibe and energy to it when we have a guest. There's a third person speaking. It kind of has more. There's less empty to it.
I agree. 3 people is definitely good, but you know, it is what it is. Just think about it. If I wouldn't have been able to secure a guest like 6 months ago, I'd have to do it by myself. And I'd simply not do an episode because doing it by yourself is just so not joyful. Like, I don't enjoy hearing myself talk that much. My ego isn't that big. Yet.
Mine's not either.
But yeah, I appreciate everyone stopping by. That's going to be it for us this week. Hopefully we'll see you again next week. And if you follow this channel for the podcast, I also do gaming streams. So hopefully that's all good. There will be a gaming stream tomorrow. About 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not converting that for Infu.
You don't need to.
Nope. He ain't showing up anyway. See ya, everyone.
I mean...
What?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, even if I was to show up, I'm an hour, so it's like...
Yeah. Yep. Alrighty. See ya, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody.